So I wasn't really anticipating this movie to a really high extent. Sure, I was enjoying a new Conjuring movie that's going to be coming out, but I wasn't super excited about it. And that's because the last movie that they had kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. So, I was hearing that this is the last movie. I wasn't sure if they're trying to go out with a really good hoorah or just kind of leave a shit stain in your mouth from making one more bad movie. But I am pleased to say that this movie actually is pretty good, and they handled it really well for it being the last movie in the Conjuring Marvel Cinematic Universe that they got going on. This Conjuring does focus on the family aspect of Ed and Lorraine's family. They have a daughter. They've always had a daughter, but now she's of age of becoming, not of age, but now the daughter's actually an adult for the most part, and she has a boyfriend, and it kind of goes over, the boyfriend and meeting the family. She is more of a staple in this movie, and she plays one of the main characters, and it just kind of goes around her love life with her new boyfriend, introducing to the parents, and basically kind of creates a storyline where she might possibly carry the throne or carry the torch of the Conjuring family, Ed and Lorraine, and continue exorcising these demons. A lot of the funny scenes from this movie actually come from the relationship of the boyfriend meeting the dad, Ed, and his approval of the boyfriend dating his daughter. I would say the last Conjuring movie wasn't that good.
It was juvenile, tuneless, mediocre, and horrible.
And I was not very happy with how they handled that movie. And I would say that this one is definitely a step in the correct direction. So the premise of this movie is basically like just any other Conjuring movie. You are going over one of the cases that Ed and Lorraine did, and this one revolves around another family that comes in possession of a very mysterious mirror. Now, this mysterious mirror is somewhat of a demon, and it begins to haunt them in their house. And then, of course, Ed and Lorraine, being the Marvel Cinematic Universe Avengers team that they are called in to basically exorcise this demon and save this family. Now, you can really feel that the protagonists, Ed and Lorraine, are just really tired of this whole exorcising demons lifestyle that they have chosen. From the other movies, you can tell that they're kind of tired because they're always, like, oh my God, this might be my last case. But this time, it actually might be their last case. At least that's what they say in the intro of the movie, which is, again, something that they always say. This is the most scariest case that they've ever seen. They've never seen one like this one before. It did fall along the lines of the other Conjuring movies when it came to the creepiness factor, when it came to the jump scares, or just setting up really cool moments for you to get scared. I wouldn't say that it's the highest tier Conjuring movie. It's definitely probably in like third place, not counting the one that they released before this because I was just terrible. I don't even make it on the list. I just believe 1, 2, and then this one. It didn't blow me away. There wasn't, crazy cinematography moments like in Conjuring 2, but there were definitely some cool setup moments where they introduce cool ways to scare you that you weren't expecting, and the demons in this movie come across really cool. I like a good looking demon. I like ones with creepy smiles and long hair, and they definitely have that in this movie. And there are some pretty good scares that actually got me just based off of the camera work and not revealing things to you right away, and then boom, they kind of jump scare you with some creepy imagery, and then they continue the scare. So that's why I kind of give this movie a pass when it comes to the jump scares, because at least with this movie, when they do the jump scares, they don't just start the next scene. They'll basically do the jump scare, and that'll lead into a sequence of horrible things, and I think that's okay if you're going to do it that way. But I would say that the reason that it's not like the best one out of all of them, and it's just because I feel like even though there are stakes because it is a family, and since it's involving the family, you're afraid the family might get hurt or something, I just feel like the stakes weren't really there. Like, they're there, but you never really truly believe something super bad is going to happen to anybody. And that does happen in pretty much every single Conjuring movie. They go there, they exorcise the demon, happy ending. Now, if you're someone that watches horror movies all the time, I wouldn't say this movie would scare you necessarily, but if you're someone that's pretty sensitive to horror movies, this movie is probably definitely going to scare you. It's the equivalent of a Marvel movie, I would say. Marvel movies kind of have the same pacing, the same story beats, and you kind of know what you're getting when you go and watch one. And I would say The Conjuring is no different. As this being the conclusion, I really felt like they made this movie so that they can pass the torch on on to new characters and basically continue the universe. And it kind of feels like Marvel in that way. Maybe that these 4 movies that just came out are like the prime Conjuring movies, and the ones that they're going to release moving forward are probably going to be like how Marvel's been releasing their movies. Not that good. So I would say go ahead and check this movie out, guys. It might be the last good Conjuring movie that comes out in a long time. I feel like this was a very nice way to wrap a bow around the whole Conjuring universe, and I think they did a good job. It's scary. It's very creepy. There are a lot of cool moments that aren't just scary, but just very elaborate and creative that are really cool. The characters are good. They have some good friendly banter. You know, there's a lot of good character moments that evolve the characters to where they are now. And I just feel like it was a very nice bow tied around the Conjuring universe to end it. And I don't feel like it'll ever be this good again, but that's just me. It was still a really fun watch, the equivalent of a very good popcorn horror movie that I wouldn't mind buying on Blu-ray and watching at home every Halloween and just adding it to the Conjuring trilogy. Until the next movie review, I will see you guys later.